Hi, I'm here talking to Robert Gifford.
Hi.
Chic is in the
Geek
company,
Chic, that's
and
right.
they make furniture for geeks, basically. Gaming furniture, is that
Heirloom
right?
quality furniture for geeks. Gaming furniture, comic books, display for action figures. I mean, if it's geeky, and we've got furniture solutions for it. I mean, we're trying to take basically all of those items that end up in the basements and containment rooms and the things that we really love and bring them out of the basements and into the places that we live. You know, living rooms, dining rooms, you know, kitchens, these places that we end up, and we want these things, you know, display solutions for miniatures that we end up painting. You know, we paint miniatures and they end up in tackle boxes. You know, why aren't those hanging on the wall in a nice lit cabinet? Because we don't have those solutions, and that's why we're here, to make those solutions.
Okay.
So we have, of course, gaming tables that become dining tables that become gaming tables. We have dedicated, like this would be a coffee table that becomes a gaming table. If you just lift up the leaf, you can pull it out. You've got a surface underneath it. Could be like this. It could be the card surface to play on, or it could be the surface underneath this, which is wet dry erase surface, which you can put underneath that has that you can play like Dungeons and Dragons on, or any of those kinds of games, or you can play just a regular board game.
All right.
You can keep it, and you can set it up prior to. You can set it up prior to the game night,
right?
So that so you're not taking that setup time, and you're not losing that setup time in just the 25 minutes you got to set the game up. You can do it on Monday instead of the Thursday game night, or you can keep games in progress. You can play a long game that you wouldn't necessarily have time for, and you're like, oh, I can't play it. I only got 2 hours tonight, or I got 3 hours tonight.
Right.
That's going to take 6 hours. We know it. It's like, okay, well, we'll play the first half tonight. Let's play the first half, and it'll stay there in progress, waiting for you for the next.
It's almost like a renaissance of the 1960s. They had those family game nights where your family got together like on Saturday night, maybe watch the movie or play a game together.
Yeah, we agree. I mean, we don't think that there should have been something that walked away. It's kind of a fun activity. It's one of the things that we should adding that element back in. You know, how do you get together and connect with your family and your kids in a particular way? And you know, sometimes you don't all enjoy the same kinds of necessarily activities. You know, how do you is it a meal? Yeah, it was. Absolutely. Is it a meal and a game? Well, if it's at the same table, it's in the same space, why not? You know, there's definitely common ground to have a good family night and have fun with at the table. But we have to have, we have to have furniture that actually supports that, as opposed to being in the way of it.
And how's the furniture made? What type of material?
Well, we use all hardwoods, and we manufacture it out of my shop, which is north of Seattle by about 20 minutes. Everett,
I used to live in Seattle.
Everett, Washington is where our shop is.
I know that is. Yes.
So we manufacture ourselves out of hardwoods. We do use some sheet goods. We're very fond of bamboo as far as the sheet good goes. But every place that we can use a hardwood that's not a trap panel, that's going to make sense to have a beautiful. We use mostly cherry. We use mostly cherry and walnut is our two major things that we buy and we use in terms of material. But we can do custom virtually anything, with the exception of we won't use tropical hardwoods unless they're reclaimed.
Okay. Oh, good. Very good. So Brazilian hardwood, if it's reclaimed.
If it's reclaimed,
absolutely. It's very little that reclaimed, I think, nowadays.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's funny. It's people that, I want this made out of teak, and we say, well, we can make it out of teak, but I'm not going to make it out of on the market teak because we're cutting too many. Those trees will be gone. And
okay,
I know
sense.
I can't personally do anything except for just say I'm not going to be engaged in the primary market. But,
right.
But we can. But we take that. We will, like, they say want to buy it. It needs to be teak to match the rest of my furniture. I said that's fine. We're going to go buy a boat. Because there's lots of aging boats that are made that have plenty of teak on them, and we'll go buy a boat, we'll take the teak off of it, and we'll turn it into a table.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Makes perfect sense. So hardware, any type of someone can request what type of hardware they want to use, or
certainly, and customize. It certainly will vary the price depending on what kind of hardwood you want to use, and as long as it's any domestic hardwood, it's definitely on the table. Oaks, even hickories, and these kinds of things. If you want to get exotic, if you want to do European beaches, that's fine. If you want to do something that's sustainable, we can absolutely do it. English walnut could be possible, but of course, all of these woods have to be sourced, and
right.
There's kind of like when you go market price for the fish that you buy at the restaurant. It's a little bit like that, market price for whatever the wood is that we're getting.
Yeah, it's that one hardwood. I guess like Michigan, they had all those trees that were under the water. They're starting to resurface those.
Oh yeah, those are beautiful trees. That's the old growth. Those old growth trees that were very tight grained. You're talking about. You're like I'm getting. Those beautiful tight old growth timber. That's amazing. Yeah. No. If you're a wood geek, then that stuff really excites you. The stuff that they brought out, they dredge and they bring back up because those. The reality is that we don't have old growth or at least we aren't harvesting old growth, which
Right.
is great. But we don't have old growth on the market anymore. So the only way that you get that kind of the quality of the grain inside of those trees is by reclaiming it or finding old sources of it. Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate it.
It was my pleasure.
All right. Thank you.